What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Rad Builds. I don't know if you know this or not, but there's this little thing called the World Cup going on. Though I'm just a casual watcher. Vamos! Yeah, casual. No, I've been playing football/soccer since I was a kid. And for me,
World Cup, it's a dream. It's a dream.
unfortunately with my FIFA overall being like a 6-7 rating, I'm not going to make it pro. So instead, I'm just going to make the trophy. And I'm going to show you how I did that. First, I printed out an image of the trophy at full scale. Then I used an x-acto knife and tape to match up the pages. Once that was done, I cut out the image. I'm going to make the trophy the actual 13 pounds like it is in real life to be more realistic. So I started off with this 8-pound dumbbell. Let's go, it fits! To make it stand vertical, I glued it on a cardboard ring. And then I curved another strip and added that too. Afterwards, I covered the handle with scraps of foam. Then I removed this random stick I added on top. No idea what I was doing. For the world, I'm going to use this small basketball. I thought about using a size 1 soccer ball, but I was too emotionally attached. So the basketball it is. I removed this needle from my handy ball pump. Yes, I am a Barcelona fan, so this World Cup final is amazing. Then I squeezed the air out of the basketball. Afterwards, I used a syringe to fill the ball back up with water through the needle. Once the water was spilling back up, I just filled the rest of the ball up with air. I know this is probably one of the weirdest DIY things you've ever seen, but it worked. And then testing the weight, oh, yep, man, whoa doc, this is heavy. Then I taped on the ball in a star format, just like my boy Lamine. Then for some reason, I painted the ball black, cause you know, why not? And then sadly, my globe was too small. When measuring the circumference of my ball and the diameter of the picture, the math wasn't mathing, so I thickened up my ball with some foil. I went ahead and cut out the world. I found it easiest to tape the paper on some foam and then directly carve it out. It took absolutely forever, but having more detail means a world of difference. I also marked the equator on Africa and South America. Fortunately, the foil having a lot of creases foiled my plans, so I coated it in a coat of contact cement as a sticky base for the spackling coming after. There are a lot of games this year, so I had to watch some on the job. After the spackle was dry, I sanded it down to make it smooth. Then I used painter's tape to draw out the equator. And then next I slapped on another coat of contact cement. Before the coat was fully dry, I began tacking on the continents. The good thing about using foam is it is pretty easily to mold over curved surfaces. Although I did have to trim some of the parts. Sorry Russia, you're not using this land anyway. After adding on the New World, I placed on a lot of islands like Madagascar, Sri Lanka, Japan, and Philippines. And then I went back and filled in those cuts I made from earlier with some more spackling. Next, I taped off the handle part and then showered the world with filler primer. It's sculpting time, so I marked out some of the things with permanent marker and then began gluing on aluminum foil details. I used foam for the hands as well as a lot of other details. I just placed it down first and then used foil to cover it up over top. I used a lot of different reference pictures of the trophy, and honestly, I also use this as a good time to get some good shots of Messi. I mean, just look at that guy. Once I was done, I gave the whole thing a coat of filler primer. Then I spackled some more. I am going to harden the trophy with Bondo resin, so when I drop it later on, there is not much damage to the trophy. I am also applying this in my open garage to keep the air circulating, because the fumes are awful. Here's the resin, and here's the hardener. I measured out 1 fluid ounce in this plastic cup, and it's about equal to 10 drops of hardener. I poured the resin, and then added the drops of hardener. Then mixed the two together. The resin starts to harden in about 8 minutes, so I applied it quickly. Once it was dry, I lightly sanded it. And then applied some more spackling and some more primer. Afterwards, I sanded the whole thing very smooth, starting with 220 grit sandpaper, 320, and finally 400. I spent extra time on the continents to get them super smooth. Oh man, that is smooth. Like Zidane's head smooth. Then I painted on the water around the continents with black puffy paint horizontally. It dried thick, which is perfect to act as the water. Here's my template for the base. I glued the banana piece onto some poster board, then coated 2mm foam in contact cement and glued that underneath. After cutting out all the arcs, I pulled out the middle one because it is special. I balled up some foil and then
beat the devil out of it.
I cut the small bricks out of thin 1mm foam, 9 small and 8 big bricks. I drew out the letters on 2mm foam and then carved those out as well. Now time to assemble. I glued the letters on first and then the bricks around it. Small bricks on top, big bricks on bottom. I used superglue to complete the ring and then some thick cardboard for support. Then I glued the rest of the bricks over top. I glued together the other 2 rings similarly. Then for the circle piece, I measured out the radius with my circle cutter. Then I cut the 2 circles out of this thick cardboard called hardboard. Honestly, I have no idea where I got it from, but they'll stack very nicely and make for a strong base. This circle is a little too small, so I wrapped the perimeter with a strip of 2mm foam. For some extra support, I glued in some cardboard circles into all of the rings. I then spackled all the pieces to fill in the gaps. Though I did go a little light on the FIFA piece to not clog up the details. Then I lightly sanded all of the rings and gave them each a coat of filler primer. After they were dry, I coated everything with Rust-o-leum Black Gloss spray paint. Then gold for the trophy, flat circle, and the FIFA ring. The other 2 rings will be marble green, so I poured 3 different green paints in a bowl of water. then lightly stirred it. I then coated the ring with the mixture, and finally rubbed the streaks and swirls in with a paper towel. If you know a better way to paint marble, go for it. I have no clue what I'm doing. After the green rings were dry, I coated everything with a clear gloss protective coat. And then here are the finished pieces. Now we can finally glue the rings together with some hot glue. I trimmed down the base of the trophy so the rings could fit better, and then placed them over top. I filled in the cracks with hot glue, and I could have used some more resin for this, but honestly I was too lazy to mix it together. But this works, I think. Then I added some rocks to add some weight. And then for funsies, I added a Beats earbud playing Shakira's Die Die World Cup song to bring the FIFA spirit. Finally, I placed in the signature Rad Builds logo, then sealed off the bottom. After that, the FIFA World Cup trophy is complete. Jeez, this thing is heavy. I mean, a pro drops this on their foot while they're raising it, their career is over. Alrighty, back to the video. If you stuck through this whole thing with me and watched me use these weird techniques to build the trophy, you should like this video and subscribe. And remember, if you want to use those same techniques, I attached all the images and patterns I used in the description down below. But that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time on Rad Builds.